Holy crap, guys. Picture this. You jolt awake to the scream of chainsaws ripping through the air, and it hits you the eerie on your property, hacking away at massive pines your great-grandpa planted over 2 centuries ago. My gut reaction? Grab a crowbar and start swinging. But I reined it in, barely, because I knew proof packs a harder punch than any fist. What I never saw coming was the neighborhood association digging in their heels, only to end up in cuffs courtesy of the sheriff himself. Things escalated quick, turning ugly fast. I'm dying to know, would this crap slide in your neck of the woods? Spill your takes below. Let's hash out how insane these associations get nationwide. Let me rewind to the start, cause honestly, I never figured I'd be spilling my guts about a showdown like this. I'm Elias Thorne, pushing 45, scraping by as a stone mason in a sleepy corner of rural Vermont. It's not glamorous work, but it keeps the lights on and lets me live raw and real on the same plot my folks have called home since the early 1800s. This old farmstead's been in the family forever. Those towering pines, planted by my great-grandfather back in the day, they're like the beating heart of our history. Folks used to detour just to gawk at these ancient guardians that stood tall through revolutions, famines, and floods. Every dawn, I'd perch under their shade with my black coffee, watching sunlight dance through the needles, feeling tethered to something eternal. My days were straightforward. Chiseling rocks from the quarry nearby, hawking sculptures at weekend fairs, living off the grid in the purest sense. The place wasn't polished, more weathered barn than McMansion, but it was mine, serene, untouched. Hindsight's brutal. I should have spotted the storm brewing when shiny subdivisions started creeping in. But nope, the threat came from the very folks sworn to safeguard our turf. Enter Miriam Hargrove, 65, ex-city planner with a steel-trap mind and a thirst for control that set my teeth on edge. She'd rolled into town 3 years back, in 2015, and bam, within months, she'd clawed her way onto the neighborhood association board. By year's end, she was queen bee. Miriam was all about progressive zoning norms, and my scruffy 200-year-old spread? It clashed with her glossy dream. Dug up later, she'd penned op-eds decades ago pushing to bulldoze archaic eyesores for sleek developments. Red flag? Absolutely. But I was too wrapped up in my craft, assuming live and let live was the vibe. Big mistake. She eyed my land like a pet project begging for her iron fist. The first citation landed on a crisp fall morning in 2016. I was midway through a granite eagle when her heels clicked up my porch. Didn't even knock, just left the paper. Claimed my pines were too tall, shading out neighbors' yards. I scanned it, chuckled, these beasts predated the whole damn suburb. Crumpled it for the compost heap, end of story. Or so I thought. Week 2. Another notice, griping about needle drop as a hygiene hazard. Needles? Seriously? I rolled my eyes, figuring she'd tire out. Third one hit like a gut punch, roots allegedly threatening sewer lines. Stared at that forever, a chill creeping in. These trees had roots deeper than the town's founding drainage issues now. Absurd. By the fourth labeled ultimatum, I had 30 days to revamp, or face fines that'd bankrupt me. Her tone screamed power play, like she was scripting my downfall. That night, under a swaying pine, I heard whispers in the breeze, maybe my ancestors warning me. Ignored too long, this wasn't blowing over. Then came the nightmare. 5:30 a.m., chainsaws howling like demons. Bolted outside in boxers, heart pounding, a crew on my soil, blades gnawing into bark older than America. It felt like watching kin get slaughtered, rage boiled, vision blurred. Yelled for him to halt. The boss, a burly thug with zero soul, muttered orders and shoved me hard. Nearly swung back, but visions of jail stopped me. Powerless, I watched giants crash, sap pooling like blood. Miriam sauntered up, smug as sin, eyes gleaming with victory. Violating codes, she preached, waving legalese about community safety. Demanded what right she had, trespass, vandalism? She spouted bylaws like gospel. Dialed cops, voice cracking. They arrived, shrugged, civil matter, buddy. Lawyer up. Drove off as saws screamed on. By noon, stumps bled, crew packed up, and Miriam handed me an invoice for their services. Bile rose. This wasn't oversight, it was war. Filmed the wreckage, wood shards in hand, swearing payback. Days blurred into frantic digs at the county library, zoning docs, deeds Greek to me. The clerk, a kind old soul, guided me, but it was a maze. Googled heritage land rights, and got zilch useful. Felt drowned, questioning if the deck was stacked for suits like her. Then Harlan Whitaker knocked me East Side neighbor, a retired park warden nicknamed Murmur for his hushed drawl. He'd eyed the carnage from afar. Your grandpa spoke of those pines as hallowed. He whispered, then clammed up. Tease. Neighbors ghosted mused, they'd bolt. Isolation gnawed. Was I the relic refusing modernity? Hired Lydia Brooks, a sharp 30-something land lawyer in a cozy downtown setup. Spilled my tale, she nodded, but leveled. Associations crush 90% of these. Need ironclad proof. Begged her on. She passed sympathetic, but no dice without ammo. 3 weeks post-massacre, a freak blizzard hit, temps plunging to teens. Rummaging the loft for logs, I yanked an antique Buragriot grandpa's relic. Drawer jammed, pried it, false bottom cracked. Inside, tin box, frayed cloth. Hands trembled opening Ida pristine sketch map of our acres, pines pinpointed, margins scrawled. Hallowed woodland, kin soil, shielded by town decree. Below, 1875 edict proclaiming the grove preserved heritage. Lightning strike salvation hid in plain sight. Phone Lydia at 11 p.m., her groggy tone sharpened. Dawn my office. If real, games flipped. She vetted M till noon. Cross-checked archives, calls to clerks. Goldmine, she beamed. Not civil criminal. They violated antiquity laws. But sly. Feign weakness. Lure M into spilling dirt. Risky, but genius. If proven they knew and hid it? Slam dunk. Mediation, in their bland HQ. Fluorescent hell, plastic ferns. Miriam with cronies and Reginald Sterling, her slick shark of a lawyer pomaded, sneering like I was dirt. Lydia coached, play dumb, broken. Sterling's offer. Peanuts for my legacy, plus HOA veto rights forever. Mason's grasped stone, not statutes, he mocked. Bit my lip, fumbled papers let the map peek. Miriam's eyes flicked, widened. She averted. Old junk, I mumbled. Then, hubris. She boasted ties to Summit Builders for upgrades. Lydia froze jackpot. Pressed for docs proving no protections. They obliged, smug. Package arrived. Lydia dissected. Memos admitting archaic shield exists, but if buried, push ahead. Dated pre-notices. Plus, Miriam's secret packed fat kickback for clearing my land for condos. Greed. Pure. Not control cash. Lydia looped Sheriff Harlan Knox, a grizzled vet who ate corruption for breakfast. Laid out proof, his jaw set. Fraud, conspiracy, heritage vandalism. Warrants incoming. Arrest day. I garden nearby. Miriam in PJs, door opens Knox reads charges. Her face? From smug to shattered. Outrage, she wailed as cuffs clicked. Neighbors gawked, whispers turned respectful. Knox planted a 1875 heritage woodland, plaque untouchable now. Court exploded. Media frenzy, hashtags like Pine Justice. Miriam and Sterling fingered each other, Summit bailed. Tints snag zoning quibble but Lydia's deeds sealed it. Judge, deliberate deceit's no excuse. Miriam, 2 years behind bars, rep torched. Sterling, barred, fined. Association forked millions for replants, pains. State landmark status. Funds flowed, turning my farm into a eco-haven. Tourists flock. My masons sell hot. Saplings thrive where scars were. Sipping Joe under survivors, I grin at Miriam's appeal flops on news. She bet I was spineless. Her epic blunder. Taught me, when thieves eye your roots, they're wagering your ignorance. Don't bet against grit. Now, chew on this. Should associations wield chainsaw power over heirlooms? Is progress code for greed gutting history? Ever fought a bully board win or fold? Drop your battles below. Like if it fired you up, subscribe for more underdog wins. What's the shadiest HOA stunt you've seen? Spill it, stir the pot.